Everyone, my name is ELF Priyanka and today we are going to learn the poem Keeping Quiet written by Pablo Neruda. Before we begin the poem, let us know something about the poet. Pablo Neruda was born in 1904 and died in 1973. Initially, it was his pen name. Later on, he turned it into his legal name as well. He was a diplomat and politician. He won the Nobel Prize for Literature in the year 1971. He wrote in green ink, which was his personal symbol of desire and hope. His writings are simple, wherein lies their beauty. Now, we'll be going towards the introduction of this poem. This poem by the author, Pablo Neruda, actually, this is a kind of explosive poem as well as quiet at the same time. Neruda speaks of a world of wisdom in a calm fashion. He believes that staunch activism is not the best way to get into the heart and minds of the masses, which means all the time being active isn't necessary. Consequently, the author speaks with much serenity. Furthermore, this serenity creates an aftermath of thought ripples in the minds of the reader. Means, after we read this poem, we are forced to think, we are forced to meditate on what the writer has said. The poet wants the readers to take time out of their busy lives for retrospection and introspection. This is very important term, introspection, because often in our lives we are so busy that we hardly have time to sit and think of what we have achieved and how we can enjoy our achievements. The poem is symbolic of stopping all activities and understanding the purpose of the world. Keeping quiet appeals to the heart of the readers in contrast to the intellect. Through this poem, Neruda aims to get his readers thinking and pondering as opposed to intellectual stimulation. Now we have the poem explanation stanza wise. He says, now we'll count to 12 and we will all keep still. The poet says, I'm going to count 1 to 12 and we all will try to keep still. We all will try to keep calm. The term 12 which he has used here, it can be 12 hours of day. It can be 12 months of the year as well. Then he says, for once on the face of the earth, let's not speak in any language. He says, let us not speak in any of the language, either that is symbols, through the use of symbols, or body language, or any of the language, any language existing, let us not use that. Let's stop for 1 second and not move our arms so much. Let us stop for 1 second and not move our arms so much. This arm has two meanings here. First meaning here is body part and second meaning here is weapons. Means he says that neither we talk nor we use our weapons. Now we'll quickly look at the literary devices used here. First one is assonance. It is use of vowel sound. Repetition of vowel sounds is called assonance, and O, E, again here O, E, it is repeated. So here the figure of speech is assonance. Second one is anaphora. Anaphora is whenever two consecutive lines are started with same words. Here we can see. So here it is anaphora. Figure of speech, anaphora. Third one is alliteration. Repetition of consonant sounds is called alliteration. Here we can see that the word will, we, ww sound is repeated. So here the figure of speech which we can see is alliteration. Now we move to the next stanza. It is, it would be an exotic moment. The poet says that this moment will be really strange to us, really exciting for us, because we are not habitual of any kind of silence in our lives. Without rush, without engines, there will be no rush of human beings, there will be no engines functioning. We would all be together, and we'll do this all together. We'll together try to keep quiet for some time, for a few moments. In a sudden strangeness, we all will feel strange together because we aren't habitual of this. What will we do? Fishermen in the cold sea would not harm whales. Fishermen who are there at the expedition of fishing, they will not harm whales. They will not be killing any kind of water animals, including whales. And the man gathering salt would look at his hurt hands. And the man who is working for salt factory, who's gathering salt near the sea, will also stop for a while and would look at his hurt hands. Here the poet is telling look at his hurt hands means he will take time to introspect that in order to learn to earn his living, in order to achieve his daily bread, what are the things which he is missing, what are the things which are hurting him. Now we have the literary devices. Alliteration, W and W sound is repeated here. That is, we can see in the third line, W and W figure of speech is alliteration here. Now we move to the next stanza. The poet says, those who prepare green wars, those who are fighting green wars, wars with gases, those who are fighting for petroleum, those who are fighting with weapons, victory with no survivors. It is of no use. Such kind of war is of no use because these wars are being won by one country or the another, but this victory is without survivors. Everybody dies. Suppose if war breaks out and everybody is ready to kill each other, then obviously we all will die. The poet says here, the people who exploit the green wealth of nature, green wars here means green wealth of nature by deforestation or mining or fishing in the deep sea, and the soldiers who use weapons, fire here, firearms, weapons, to kill fellow human beings need some time to introspect into the consequences of their actions. What will be the consequence of that? It is victory with no survivors. He then says further, would put on clean clothes. He wants them to put on clean clothes, means to adopt a new approach towards life. Not the traditional way. Clean clothes here means everything new. We should start fresh. He wants all of us to be united, as he says, walk about with their brothers. He wants everyone to be united as one, considering our enemy to be our brothers, in the shade doing nothing. He is promoting brotherhood, peace and unity. We don't have to do anything, we don't have to think at all, just we have to walk together like brothers, wearing clean clothes, means forgetting everything whatever happened so far, starting afresh. What I want should not be confused. Now he is clearing himself, he is making himself clear that I do not want you to stop work, but to take some time and analyze the results of our deed. He says, what I want should not be confused with total inactivity, because according to a few people, total inactivity means death. And the poet does not want this. He says, life is what it is about. Life is all about activity. So total inactivity should never be accepted. I want no truck with death. He says, I do not want any truck who kills people. Here he is talking about road accidents. He just wants us to take some time and analyze the results of our deeds. Whatever we have done, what are the results? Now, literary devices, wars with here W. So, here it is alliteration. Then second one is assonance, use of vowel sound whenever it is repeated, that is assonance. Here we can see here also on and cloth. And then here about, then brothers. Here about, then brothers. Then doing, nothing. Should, not. Then again no. Now A is repeated. A is also repeated. That also will be the part of this figure of speech, assonance. Now we move to the next stanza. That is fourth stanza. If we were not so single-minded about keeping our lives moving. Now the poet is telling, if we would not have been so single-minded. So single-minded here means only thinking of our living, only thinking of earning, that what we can earn, how can we earn the luxuries of life. And for once could perhaps a huge silence might interrupt this sadness. He says that we are driven by the target of survival and the threat of death. We are scared also of death, and we are threatened also just to survive. And we are in mad rush to accomplish all our work. He says that perhaps if we take pause for a while, then we can appreciate our achievements, and we can also feel happy because we do not think whatever we have achieved. It is often said that there are a lot of people in our society that they do not have whatever we have, then also we are suffering. And here the poet further says, of never understanding ourselves. He says we should take time from our daily routine, we should take a pause and should try to understand our needs and what we have achieved and why we should enjoy all our achievements. Why? Because we are threatened by our deaths also. We do not have a lot of time, we have limited time, so we should make use of this time and should try to enjoy. Then we move to the next stanza, that is fifth. Perhaps the earth can teach us. Now the poet is telling how we can learn to be quiet and introspect. He says we should learn this from our nature, Mother Earth. As when everything seems dead, during winter seasons, when everything seems dead, lifeless, and later proves to be alive, and when the season changes, things, plants, seeds start sprouting, so everything becomes alive. He says we feel that earth is quiet, earth is silent, earth is not doing anything, but it is not the case. Earth is silent also and is being productive as well. It is working continuously. Then in the end the poet says, now I will count up to 12 and you keep quiet and I will go. The poet says, now I am going to count up to 12 and I am going to, you all have to keep quiet and I am leaving. That was all for the poem, and quickly we'll have the summary of the poem before we finish. The poet here requests everyone to count till 12 in their own mind and to stop for a while. Maybe this 12 referred by the poet is the 12 hours in the clock or the 12 months in a year. He wants everyone to stop and calm down. The poet urges everyone not to speak in any language. As we all know that there are different languages spoken in different parts of the earth, which sometimes becomes a barrier in our way of peace because we are often misunderstood just because of our tone of voice. So, he asks people not to speak. Not only this, he also wants us to stop moving our arms. Arms here, firearms also, and part of the body as well. By using the word arms, he means the weapons used by different countries to raise a war against each other. So the poet is demanding peace from all of us. Poet says that it would be a rare situation when there will be no engines working. Here he wants to stay. He wants to state that if everything comes to standstill, it will be very different moment, and we are not habitual of this. If all the engines like the vehicles and machines stop, then there will be a sudden strange situation. People will not be in a rush to achieve material things one after another. Further, the poet says that the fishermen will also take time, they will also stop hurting whales for some time. And then he also says that the person who's gathering salt, he will also stop for some time and will look at his hurt hand. Here he wants everyone to stop for a while in order to see and feel their achievements and how much they have lost for the sake of attaining such materialistic things. The poet asks everyone to stop these activities of damaging the environment. And what he is telling us that just because of earning money, we are damaging our environment itself by the actions like mining, deforestations, and by letting chemical waste go into the rivers. He says he requests here not to involve in wars, as there is no benefit of achieving such victory in which there is no one alive. He says so because wars and environmental damage will lead to no life on earth. Rather, he wants people to adopt a new approach towards life and mankind. He says that we should unite like brothers and move together. Now, the poet wants to clarify to his readers that when he asks them to stop, it doesn't mean total inactivity, because total inactivity is supposed to be a kind of death, and he does not want that. He only wants to see the consequences of our deeds. He does not want to see people being killed due to their greed for money and expansion of territories. He also says that we are in continuous fear of death and therefore want to achieve most of the things before we are dead, and we should stop this. We should take time to stop and think what we have achieved, and we should also try to enjoy all of our possessions. This will help us skip the sadness which has become so prominent in our lives that it is found in everybody's. The sadness of not enjoying what we have achieved and the greed to achieve what next is in the list to be achieved. So now he suggests that we should learn a lesson from earth. During winters, everything freezes and becomes lifeless, but when the season changes and its onset of spring season, everything presents nature such as the trees, birds, rivers, everything is life. So we should learn this thing from nature, how to be silent also and how to be productive as well. Finally, he ends up by saying that now I will count up to 12 so that we all may become quiet. Here, is something important here. Here, quiet means to calm down ourselves and move towards the path of peace and harmony. After saying this, he says, I will go. He says so as he has conveyed his message to the people and wants them to be left alone to think about it and work in the direction of peace. That's all for this poem.